Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. With me once again is...
I see that town. It's being attacked by Darkspawn.
What town?
All the towns.
All the towns, yes. So, we've been through quite a lot in the playthrough so far. We've got two allies in the form of the mages and the Dalish elves, and we saved Araleeman. That just leaves the one last treaty we have, which is with the Dwarven people. So we're going to be heading to the Dwarven city of Orzammar next. But we have a couple of conversations to get to first. Hi, Morrigan.
How she's doing.
So life in the wilds must have been very lonely.
At times, perhaps. A world full of people and buildings and things was all very foreign to me. If I wished companionship, I ran with the wolves and flew with the birds. If I spoke, 'twas to the trees.
And did they speak back?
Don't be foolish. I was the first time I crept beyond the edge of the wilds. I did so in animal form, remaining in the shadows and watching these strange townsfolk from afar. I happened upon a noblewoman by her carriage, adorned in sparkling garments, the likes of which I had never before seen. I was dazzled. This, to me, seemed what true wealth and beauty must be. I snuck up behind her and stole a hand mirror from the carriage. It was encrusted in gold and crystalline gemstones, and I hugged it to my chest with delight as I sped back to the wilds.
Aw.
I can't imagine Flemeth was pleased.
She was not. Flemeth was furious with me. I was a child and had not yet come into my full power, and I had risked discovery for the sake of a pretty bauble. To teach me a lesson, Flemeth took the mirror and smashed it upon the ground. I was heartbroken.
Flemeth, that was an expensive mirror. It must have
Oh,
cost a
mean.
fortune. But you were just a child, Morrigan.
And a foolish one. Flemeth was right to break me of my fascination. Beauty and love are fleeting and have no meaning. Survival has meaning. Power has meaning. Without those lessons, I would not be here today, as difficult as they might have been.
They made you stronger, didn't they?
They did indeed. To return to your original question, perhaps my time in the wilds was indeed lonely, but such was how it had to be. I find myself at times wondering what might have become of the girl with the beautiful golden mirror, but such fantasies have no place amidst reality.
You know, I hear that if you own a golden mirror, there's a Pegasus inside of you. Or was that an anime? Anyway, where's Shale? I had a question. Heavy sigh. I have some questions.
It doesn't have better things to do.
How did you end up in Honleith? Do you remember?
Oh yes, that I remember quite well. My former master, the Mage Wilhelm, he brought me. As I recall, he had acquired some position with whatever lord ruled the land. I, being little more than a glorified possession at the time, was brought along. Oh, how he enjoyed impressing the villagers with me. Gollum snarl at that villager there, be fearsome. And of course, I would have to do it.
Do you remember anything before Honleith?
I traveled with the mage. He did a lot of traveling, I remember that. But where we went, it is rather fuzzy. I remember great battles, fighting many humans long ago. They were all very soft and squishy. And before that, No, there are only images. I was somewhere dark.
Just how old are you exactly?
I have no idea. Wilhelm used to brag that the dwarves stopped making golems centuries ago. I do not age as you soft creatures do. Sadly, my memory is no better. Plus, I get bored and stop paying attention.
Well, I'd say I'm bored. I'm done asking about that.
Good. I was just about done talking about it. It does like to have a good chat now and again, doesn't it?
Yes, I do. It's called being all friendly and stuff. But hey, so the dwarves made golems. Interesting. If we're gonna visit them, maybe we should take Shale along.
Like a good idea.
So, Leliana, you been alright?
Oh, hello. Is there something you wanted to talk about?
Well, I'd like to talk about what happened technically yesterday. I don't know. I thought you looked like you wanted to talk, though.
It's it's nothing. I'm fine. I'm just thinking.
What about?
I can't get what happened out of my head. I'd been in Lothering for years, and she still thought I was plotting against her. She didn't trust me. Maybe she never did. She loved me when she could use me and control me. And now that she can't, she wants me dead. It hurts to realize that I never really knew her.
Yeah, that's a pretty big ouch.
Yikes.
Is there anything I can do?
You are already helping so much by listening to me. I knew she was ruthless, but I didn't know how far she could go. She is self-serving, cruel. She uses people, then discards them. But that's how she survives in the life she leads. What if she's right? What if we're the same? I should just have stayed in the Chantry.
But you said the Maker wanted you to leave.
I could have been wrong about the Maker. I know you doubt me sometimes. Maybe you're right. Maybe I just tell myself he's there to console myself, to know there's someone watching out for me, to know I'm not alone.
You're not alone, Leliana.
But I was. I was alone and desperate when I fled to Ferelden. I went to the only place I knew would take me. I forgot my life as a bard while I was in the cloister. I felt safe. I didn't have to watch my back all the time. That's what made Marjolaine the person she is, don't you see? It ruined her. It will ruin me too. Even now, I feel some regret at not ending her life in order to protect my own.
You're letting the anxiety get to you.
I know. Well, I know. What's important is
Well,
that you didn't act on it.
What we're doing, what we've done, hunted men down, killed them. Part of me loves it. It invigorates me, and this scares me. I feel myself slipping.
This is important. This is another conversation that can change her character. You're not slipping. This is who you are.
I admit that I took great pleasure in the intrigue back in Orlais. It was dangerous and chaotic and exciting, but it destroyed my life. I thought the Chantry showed me another path. I thought I was done with this life. Am I wrong?
All you were doing in the... oh, wait, no. You're a bard, a spy.
There is this thought that floats into my mind constantly. That I lie when I say that...
Okay, I think we get the picture.
And in truth, it bored me. Here, with you, knowing the freedom of the road and the uncertainty of tomorrow, I feel alive again.
Go with whatever your instincts tell you.
I would like to be alone for now. I have many things to consider. Thank you for listening to me.
Well,
That turned out pretty well.
yeah. Poor girl.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've set up all of my equipment, so let's take you and you're coming along for this one. I know you need time, but Morgan.
Indeed.
Is Morgan okay for this? I guess so.
Well, I remember you mentioning you wanted to take Shale.
We will eventually.
Okay.
I'll bring in Win. The classic party. And the entrance to Orzammar is located in the Frostback Mountains, so it's a bit of a trek.
Okay. Not too far, at least.
No encounter? No encounter, I don't believe it.
Wow. We'll take that.
I will. The Frostback Mountain Pass. There's a quest marker there. You know, I seem to recall that one of our quests was going to take us all the way out here eventually. A couple guys up ahead. I know better than to just rush in now. Bounty hunters, eh?
Oh gosh. And do they have a mage?
They do.
Looks. Uh-oh. Loghain sends his regards. That's all we need to hear. Watch out!
I just monoclotched the mage. Oh, geez, that hurts. That hurts. That hurts.
Oh. It's because are they all targeting you?
I guess they were. They're smart. They're smarter than I give them credit for.
Well, now they're frozen.
There's an archer over there, though. Okay. You see how important it is to have monoclash? You just can't play this game on nightmare mode without it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's still up.
Well, not for much longer.
Well, I guess since it didn't go so well for the Antivan Crows, Loghain decided to kick it up a notch.
Always be ready for him.
There's a nice looking.
So, what did your uncle say? Is he doing what you said?
Shh, not so loud.
So who's listening? I don't see any soldiers around, do you?
Hello.
Whispering.
Look,
Hey.
I'll tell you about it later. Not while you're yelling about, that's for sure.
Well, no idea what they're up to or what that thing there is. There's a couple shops around here.
Filling your head with propaganda.
Step right up, friend, and have a look at the finest selection of almost new armor and weaponry east of Orlais.
Almost new.
Are you Farron by any chance?
Oh, you've heard of me. What have you heard? And just so you know, some of my competitors have been trying to besmirch my sterling reputation.
Did you happen to find a Canary sword?
Canary? I'm afraid I don't know the word.
Bronze-skinned giants.
Oh, them. Well, I have a few shields here. I had one sword, but I sold it already.
Of course.
You know the guy you took it from is still alive, don't you?
If I'd known he was still breathing, I would have used a knife. I mean,
Oh, really? Who did you sell it to?
a dwarf. He lives in Redcliffe. His name's Dwin, I think. I don't want any trouble. If you see that giant, tell him I don't have it, would you? I don't, I swear.
I might be willing to keep quiet for 3 sovereigns.
3.
Oh.
I call it highway robbery, but I'd be smearing the good name of highwaymen everywhere. Fine. Here's your blood money. Take it and go.
I love doing things for my friends and profiting.
I mean, hey, if we can do both, that's all the better.
King Loghain will not suffer the delay.
King Loghain? I don't think so.
This land is held in trust for the sovereign dwarven kings. I cannot allow entry at this time.
King Loghain demands the allegiance of the Desher, or lords, or whatever you call them in your assembly. I am his appointed messenger.
I don't care if you're the king's wiper. Orzammar will have none but its own until our throne is set.
I have important business in Orzammar.
None more important than mine.
Your business will wait. Orzammar must limit outside influence until the throne is settled. No one gets in.
I have urgent need to talk to your king.
Who doesn't? If I don't get in, no one should.
Orzammar has no king. Endrin Idukan returned to the stone not 3 weeks ago, sick over the loss of his sons. The assembly has gone through a dozen votes without agreeing on a successor. If it is not settled soon, we risk a civil war.
That's an ouch.
Oh.
It's always something, right? Guess what we get to do? I am a Grey Warding. This treaty obliges Orzammar to aid me.
The
Oh, boy.
King Kaelin are nearly doomed for Eldon. They're sworn enemies of King Loghain.
Well, that is the royal seal. That means only the Assembly is authorized to address it. Grey Warden, you may pass.
Traitor? And a foreigner? In the name of King Loghain, I demand that you execute this stain on the honor of Ferelden.
That's enough. Raise your blade if you're so tough.
I will at that. I'm a messenger of King Loghain.
Kill each other as you will, but take your sodding fight off my doorstep.
Okay.
I did see a mage in his party, by the way.
If anything, though, this feels nice. Like, these guys are just always jerks.
Mm-hmm. Monoclash is still an instant KO, but these guys have yellow names, so they won't shatter. Oh, are there more?
Dang.
Oh, no, there's no more. Kite, 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 kite. That's what an Arcane Warrior does.
When all else fails, kite!
Can you imagine doing that with a kite shield? Oh! Maybe you're flying a kite.
Yeah!
Is that why it's called kiting?
Maybe. I actually don't know.
Hey, I got a level up. Alright.
Nice.
I suppose.
I'll tell you though. After all the crap we've had to deal with Loghain's men, it finally feels good to have one up on them.
Yep. Let's see here. I guess just, Constitution's looking a little bit low. I think I won a couple points there. And, oh, I haven't taken the last level of Coercion, but let's go for it. We are now the master of talking, I guess. And we can get the revival spell. But
that's gonna be so.
I think I would like Stonefist, though.
So you can finally shatter things yourself.
Yeah. I noticed that it was getting a little annoying to not be able to shatter with just myself as the only mage in the party.
There you go.
Service. That fool Imrek was barking for a week. Are all humans so touched? You are free to enter Orzammar, Grey Warden. Though I don't know what help you will find.
Any help is good help.
Mm-hmm. Ah, here we are.
Trust Vala, Warden. Your arrival is a mixed blessing.
Mixed blessing?
That outsiders not witness our infighting, but your presence will be tolerated.
I mean,
Alright.
we had infighting before, so...
Mm-hmm.
Show some pity for a poor old man.
New location means there's going to be lots and lots of codex entries.
Now that's a thing of beauty, daughter. If you were carved like Bronca, all Orzammar will know your name.
Mother, I don't want
It sounds like there's already a lot going on here.
Mm-hmm. Just a bunch of codex updates for now. This is just the entrance hall. To the Commons. So Orzammar is a pretty interesting place. It's completely underground and used to stretch for miles. The Dwarven Empire, that is. But, Darkspawn are also underground, so they kind of done their job.
Yikes.
And the crazy part is dwarves have to deal with Darkspawn like literally all the time. It's not just during blights. Blights are when the surface actually has to acknowledge Darkspawn.
Oh.
But what could be going on in Orzammar today sounded like a succession crisis. I do hope my capture devices...
The assembly who makes a king, and a king who nominates his successor. None of it is carried in the blood.
Or, as now, when someone tries using the assembly to pull a coup. Who's to say what my father said in his final hours, when the usurper Harrowmont was the only one by his side?
I'll have you thrown in prison.
You've bitten off more than you can chew.
Handlers, separate these dashers in the diamond quarter. I will not have Balin incite a riot.
Not speak that way about the man who should be king!
Oh, gee. Oh! Well, that's a warm welcome.
Well, I'm getting the money from that corpse if you don't mind.
I don't think they will.
I won't have fighting in the commons, especially in front of outsiders.
Hi!
I'll have him in the Legion.
Captain, can you tell us a little bit about this?
Thaaaat, surfacer. I'm bid to let you walk the commons, but keep your place. Warden or not, I want order.
Can a city function like this? What a weird thing to ask. The Blight is coming and I need Orzammar's assistance.
Surface problems. Well, we have no king to hear you. You can join the shouting at the assembly in the Diamond Quarter if you want. Bunch of Desher lords bickering over sand. Balin, Harrowmont. Is one so different? No paragons here.
Paragons.
Surfacers appoint no paragons? Truly, you're lost in all that sky. They are the best of us, declared living ancestors. If you must be our warden,
That's a contradiction.
know us. Memories in the shipwreck, the true bright spot in the Diamond Quarter.
So who are these Balin and Harrowmont fellows that sound like the ones to talk to?
They've caged themselves for fear of each other. As you've seen, keeping order down among us working people is dodgy. No place for a proper lord. Balin speaks through his second, Vartag Gavorn, in the assembly. Lord Harrowmont speaks through Dulin Ferender from his estate.
All right. I guess we know who to talk to. Now let's talk about that corpse. I guess they cleaned it up.
This is Orzamar.
Oh, he probably had like 5 shillings on him.
Yeah, but look at the size of this place. I never look around this place because, like, I'd have to actually tilt the camera upwards, but it's huge.
And like you said, these tend to like span underground for miles?
Yeah, at one point they did.
Wow.
Ancestors guard my son, for he is lost in darkness.
Oh, look, a side quest.
Mothers keep him. I'm sorry. Did you have an offering for the ancestors? Although I can't imagine your ancestors reside in the stone.
What were you praying for?
My name is Vilda, widow of Thaaaat of the Smith Caste. I pray here every day for my son, Ruck. I only wish I knew whether I should be asking for his safe return or for the ancestors to accept his soul.
What happened to him?
It was 5 years ago. He was only a youngster. He joined a Deep Roads excursion, the only smith to go with the warriors to repair their arms. He was so proud. They got separated somehow. When they came home, he wasn't with them.
Do you want me to look for him?
How? There is no way except to brave the Deep Roads yourself.
I'm a Grey Warden. That's what we do.
Warden. So you could do it. Only wardens face the Deep Roads without a company backing them. Oh, thank you. The ancestors finally heed my prayers.
Take heart, good widow Filda. We'll do our best.
Please, find me as soon as you return.
A lost son, a classic.
Which also means they're hidden behind a super boss.
What makes you say that?
I've heard the horror stories.
Oh, boy. Well, there are a couple shops around here, I think. Like, is this one of them? Yeah, but it looks like it is. It's got a big sign with a chest.
Get some outside gold in here. Calm people down. Make them think we should open the gates for good. The more cracks in the old way, the better. That's what Balin stands for.
Your allegiance to this Balin is clear. Why?
Not your business, but I see where the gold is. He's the traditional pick, yet he wants a new way, whether some like it or not.
Okay, what's in your store?
I'll take your gold. You're good for that.
Did I see one of the options was I saw Balin kill his father?
Yeah, I guess they're not really explaining it in a good way. So, Balin is the son of the previous king, and you might think that the dwarves just hand the prince the throne, right? Well, it doesn't work that way. The lords all have to vote on it. So it's like we're getting involved in an election here.
Oh, boy.
And his opponent, Harrowmont, knows the truth of how Balin's siblings actually died, which is part of one of the origin stories. You could be a dwarven noble, a sibling of Balin's, who is backstabbed and killed by the guy.
Oh shit.
Oh shit, indeed. Let's see, lots of gift items here. That is one expensive sapphire. Maybe later. So if it seems like the dwarves weren't really, like, connected to much of the other lore in the setting, that's by design because they're very isolationist.
That's what I kind of noticed. Like, it's what surprised me that we even see, like, dwarves essentially camping out in our little camp.
Yeah, Bonan and Sandal left Orzammar a while ago.
Do you have a moment?
Ah, gotcha.
This lady.
You look like
Hi.
you're not from around here.
Nope.
Yes, you could say that. I'm taller than you.
Oh, wonderful. I've been trying forever to find someone who really knows the surface world. I don't suppose you've heard of something called the Circle?
The Circle of Magi. I'm a mage myself.
Then I'm truly honored. I've never met an actual mage. Is it true you can manipulate nature's forces with your mind? Like you were born with lyrium in your veins?
Don't let the glamour fool you, child. Wielding magic is a dangerous occupation and a great responsibility.
We'd be happy to answer any questions, but why is a dwarf interested in a circle?
I've been trying to reach someone there for years. I've sent missives with every caravan, but I never get a reply. I want to know if they would accept me for study.
But dwarves can't do magic. You want to leave Orzammar?
I want to go to the Circle to study. I don't want to do magic. No dwarf can cast spells, but I don't see why I shouldn't study it. It would be a valuable exchange. Orzammar would learn of one of the great natural forces of the surface. And the Circle gains direct access to our knowledge of lyrium smithing.
I can bring the circle your request.
That would be wonderful. My name is Dagna, daughter of Janar of the Smithcasts. Tell them I've already begun reading the Tevinter Imperiums for Tikum Kadab, and it's just fascinating. Did you know the Imperial Magister Lords once had genealogies of every human family known to produce a mage child?
She's so enthusiastic and adorable. I'm glad we're helping her.
Oh, I'll go pack my bags right now. I'll be waiting by my father's shop.
Huh. Well, an unlikely scholar is what the quest is called.
Hey, is that true? Like, if you chose to be a dwarf, you couldn't be as part of the circle?
No, there's no such thing as a dwarf mage. It's weird.
Welcome to Garen Garrison's
Huh.
Very Good Shop. Wow, there are a lot of you. And I've never seen one of those before. The things they come up with. What was I saying?
One of what?
What were you looking at? Are you alright?
Oh, I was hoping you wouldn't notice. Most people don't anymore. Or maybe they're too polite to mention it. I had a little incident a few years back. Too much time with the raw lyrium ore, you know. Maybe it was a bad vein. I cut myself and the dust got straight in the blood.
Oof.
Since then, it's been a little hard for me to concentrate.
What, lyrium poisoning?
Then I'm straight
I
as an arrow.
guess.
Best work I've ever seen. Look around the shop. See for yourself.
Thanks, I will. But what did happen to you? Aren't dwarves immune to lyrium's effects?
Of course we are. Weak surfaces like you touch the raw ore, and you'll bleed from your eyeballs in hours.
Oof.
Seeing how big you
What a visual.
Even surface dwarves lose it. Us down here, though, we should be able to handle it just fine. Only not too much, and not every day, and not breathing the dust, and not direct in the blood. Ancestors' own bad luck.
I get the feeling lyrium is turning into a kind of a drug thing.
Right.
It almost sounds like radiation to me, honestly.
Yeah, that's true too. I hope you've got some nice things to buy, though.
Like, I guess the thing, what should we expect from dwarven wares?
Very powerful and very expensive. You need 87 sovereigns for that thing.
Wow.
Okay, give me your injury kits. A golden mirror.
Oh, well, all right.
I'll keep that in mind when we get back to Morgan.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, this way to the Diamond Quarter, I think. Hello.
It took me years and years to learn, and even then I am not the best at it.
So you didn't sneak around when spying?
We all had different ways of doing things. Some preferred not to be seen at all, to cloak themselves in shadow and darkness. I realized that it is not such a bad thing to be seen, as long as you do not stand out and are quickly forgotten. I specialized in
No one could forget you, Leliana.
drawing attention and looking like I had every right to be there. It is invisibility, but of another kind.
Ah, yes, but I heard you often seduced your targets.
Not if they died.
Dying while
Well then.
in the company of a lovely seductress. Tell me that isn't a good death.
No, because it's a death.
What?
But you scare me sometimes.
Yeah. There it is.
Awfully convenient. Oh.
I love how it says contribution to party damage 5%, but it's win. 17%. Who's doing the most amount of damage here? Is it me? I bet it's me.
I mean, yeah, with heckin' Monoclash.
Yeah, actually, that's a very good point.
From what I've heard of dwarven politics, I'm almost surprised we haven't seen blood running these streets.
I guess they clean it up rather quickly, eh?
They have to keep up presence after all.
He refuses to comment in the assembly.
Let's see, where's this? Harrowmont's estate. I think we should see Balin first.
Alrighty.
Lord Balin's impending marriage to a castless proves his dedication to change. No dwarf is without worth, he has been heard to say.
I think that rhymes.
So, how do dwarves have a king? I thought they voted on everything, or something like that.
Oh, come on, Alistair. Can you be that any more ignorant?
Yeah, come on, my dude. I guess that's something.
Warden, welcome. It is always a blessing for Orzammar to host your order. I am Vartak Devorn, top advisor to our good Prince Balin. What news do you bring?
Oh, just the guy I was looking for. I need aid against a blight.
Yes, the treaty. I've seen it in the Shaper's libraries. Now, the difficulty is that the treaty only compels our king, and we are sadly lacking one of those right now.
Is there some
I
way
haven't noticed.
Yeah. Is there some way I could help?
My prince is the rightful king, but a disappointing number of lords back the upstart Harrowmont for the throne. If you show your support for Prince Balin, he might be able to assist with your requests.
Can I talk to Balin?
You must understand, Harrowmont hides behind his good reputation while sending spies and assassins. Balin can't know who to trust. It's been like a knife in the heart for Balin to see so many of his father's men stand with the usurper.
Well, what must I do to prove my good intentions?
Harrowmont has engaged in a campaign of bribery and coercion to ensure that every house serves him. But if a neutral party, a stranger, were to approach certain key members, perhaps with irrefutable evidence of Harrowmont's deception.
Irrefutable evidence, which I suppose you have?
I'm certain my Lord Prince would show his gratitude.
What kind of evidence?
Harrowmont promised the same portion of his estate to two different Deshers, Lady Dace and Lord Helmy. Harrowmont can't possibly grant it to both of them, but they won't find out until after the vote is cast. I have copies of the promissory notes Harrowmont gave each of them. Once they see those, they should both reconsider their votes.
I'll find them right now. But where did you get these?
That's not important. If they
Oh, it isn't, huh?
found them while searching the shape of the tree.
I'll find him. I'll find him.
Lady Dace doesn't leave the quarter much, but Lord Helmy's adventurous, likes to spend his time at Tapster's in the Commons. Remember, don't tell them you got these papers from me. You learned of them and drew your own conclusions.
Yeah, that should set off, like, an entire fleet of red flags.
Definitely.
You can imagine that the politicians in Orzammar don't exactly play fair. I mean, for all we know. Hi there, you suddenly showed up.
I heard there was a Grey Warden here. I am Dulin Forrender, second to Lord Harrowmont, King Endrin's own choice as successor. Word is spreading that the surface may suffer a blight. It is shameful we are not in a better position to help.
Well, I'm... can I speak with Harrowmont?
In an ordinary time, Lord Harrowmont would be honored to meet you. Unfortunately, we've already caught more than one of Balin's spies approaching Harrowmont under a pretense of friendship. So I'm afraid I won't be able to... You will need to prove he can trust you.
What do you want me to do? Denounce Balin publicly?
If you wish to show you have no loyalty to Balin, then work against him in Harrowmont's name.
I hate politics.
Supposedly to honor his father's memory. The Deshers take it very seriously. And unfortunately, Balin found some way to blackmail or intimidate House Harrowmont's best fighters into stepping down.
So you'd like me to enter the proving in Harrowmont's name?
It would certainly make your loyalties loud and clear. Balin would never work with anyone who humiliated him in that way. Harrowmont would have no fear of meeting with you then.
I don't want to start picking sides.
Then I'm afraid your only choice is to wait until there's a winner. Lord Harrowmont cannot risk his life working with someone of unproven loyalties. If you change your mind, let me know. The proving is this afternoon, and Lord Harrowmont could certainly use you on his side.
So yeah, we get to pick a side. And quite honestly, neither of them sound like the most pleasant people in the world.
Ugh.
The thing of it is, this entire quest does pose a very interesting conundrum.
Well, no, because I like it. It's just, ugh. It really just depends on, like, which of the evils is considered lesser, I suppose.
Lord Harrowmont's insinuations against Lord Balin reveal the truth. Could Harrowmont be the true cause of Endrin's death? Shocking allegations.
Oh,
this is getting interesting. Because the thing of it is, if you play the Dwarven Noble origin, then you know that Balin's kind of a conniving jerk.
What do you want?
Yeah.
Ah, I suppose you're the Grey Warden everyone's talking about.
So, like, you might be tempted to think that Harrowmont is the best pick, but Harrowmont's kind of a traditionalist. And the whole theme with Orzammar is that they're, like, too tied to their traditions in order to put out any sort of progressive change. So maybe Balin, for all of his being awful, he might have Orzammar's best interests at heart. That's the idea.
Interesting accusation. But to cheat,
Ooh.
Romans and I need to be in business.
You might want to look at these papers.
Well, this isn't exactly a surface broadsheet. Where did you get these? Never mind. It is true enough. There's nothing I can do about it. This deal was made on behalf of our entire house. Only my father can revoke it.
Where is he? I'll bring these to him.
He is leading a deep roads expedition, trying to secure an ancient tide. It's unlikely he'll be back before the election, but perhaps this vote is important enough for you to brave the tunnels to tell him?
Oh boy.
Jace family would be...
Wait, are you telling me that we get to go on an adventure? I'll be okay with that.
Thank you. He was searching an old Idukan site. He left me with this map in case his expedition never returned. I'll give you a pass as well. Usually no one is allowed past the front lines. Good luck.
It's always something.
Yeah, but hey, in this case, I don't mind it at all. If it means some actual action instead of just sitting here debating all day, I'm okay with it.
Yeah. because we've only had like a few combat encounters since the whole thing started.
Ooh. And I'd say those few common encounters have been too few, too little.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I've mentioned it yet, but this section of the game can be very, very lengthy.
Well, we've gone through longer.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it worse than the Fade, but like it certainly took its time.
Well, we'll get through it.
Mm-hmm. There's an armorer there. Oh, and a tavern. How classic.
Always a great place to go.
Our man would be over here, I believe. Because there's the quest icon.
I don't understand why the provings aren't open. Lord Dennick Helmy, honored Desher of the Orzammar Assembly, and terrible disappointment to my esteemed mother, who doesn't like me spending time in taverns.
What an introduction.
You understand what I'm saying, right? On the surface, there are no casts, and it works fine. Am I right, Warden?
You know me? Word travels fast.
You don't get far as the youngest and most outspoken member of the Assembly without keeping an ear to the stone. I heard there was a Grey Warden in town. No offense, but you kind of stand out.
Oh, believe me, I know.
Yeah.
Things are hardly equal on the surface, though.
But there are those like you who see this with concern, no? Well, I've taken the time to actually talk to the other castes. You know, most smiths and tavern keeps would make decent deshers if we gave them a chance and a seat in the assembly. Orzammar is so mired in tradition, no one bothers asking if the castes are even necessary.
I have news. Harrowmont is double-dealing you and Lady Dace.
Oh, well, I'd ask for proof, or why you care, but frankly, I'm so tired of it I'm not even surprised anymore. I don't even want the land, but my house would kill me if I turned it down. Responsibilities, you know. Now I'll have to go through the whole process of rejecting the deal. And they'll both have to try something else. And I thought it was going to be a nice day.
Terribly sorry.
Otherwise, my whole house will be humiliated. Doesn't make a difference anyway, one's as bad as the next.
Oh, if you say so. Quest complete?
Quest complete?
Updated, I guess. Who would this fellow be?
Hey, I heard about you, Grey Warden, coming from the surface. Great crisis in the world.
Yep.
Someone saw you talking to Vartag Gavorn, and now it's all over that you've been doing dirty errands for Balin. I figured you'd be the one, you know, who could help me find Branka.
Who?
I guess you're just like all the rest.
Should I know you or this Branka?
Branka's a paragon. Only one smart enough to be raised in the last 4 generations. She's a smith. Invented some kind of new coal that burns clean. It's been 2 years since she disappeared down the deep roads, and your boss never gave her a thought. I wonder, what does he think he can get from her now? I know he's been poking around, trying to find things out about her, what she was looking for. Won't tell me spit, though. He wants it for himself, right? A little blessing from the ancients' technology.
Uh-huh.
He's assured the throne. Is that it?
What are you talking about?
You are looking for it. Of course, that's all.
I think you're drunk, buddy.
Well, sod off and sod your mother, too. I need a bleeding drink. You keep on your errands. Until your boss really commits to looking, you're getting nothing but smoke out of old Ogren.
You certainly do blow a lot of it, drunken Steve Bloom.
Wondering what that voice sounded familiar.
I wonder if he got intoxicated for the role.
That got me wondering if he did or not. Like, I heard of like playing the role, but like, gosh,
I'm sure he didn't. That would be so insane.
It'd be tricky.
Ah. Well, now we need to actually head into the deep roads, which are down this way.
Hey, what's down there?
Sorry, what was that? Oh well.
What's this? A human? We make these tunnels tall enough for humans? Not allow you past the front lines without Adesha's permission. And I've heard nothing of any new patrols scheduled to leave today.
I'm on business for Balin. I have to find Lord Dace.
I see you have his daughter's seal, so I will not stop you. But be careful. Just because the beasts have pulled back from Orzammar doesn't mean there are any fewer in the deep roads. Either we finally have the edge, which I doubt, or the beasts are building up numbers for the next attack.
Actually, they've made their move on the surface.
The surface? But I thought the vermin never went up that far except during blights. Ancestors save us if that's what's happening.
Yep.
Well, I guess I should go.
Best of luck.
Oh, and another...
We're pretty much qualified. We've dealt with them before.
Mm-hmm. So the deep roads are yet another actual world map, like the one for Denerim. But it shouldn't take that long to get to where we're going. There's not a lot of locations on the map we need to go to quite yet.
Alrighty.
So if we had sided with Lord Haramont, he would have made us fight in an arena battle against a couple of opponents. Non-lethal combat, thankfully. But we would have had to win, and the announcer is voiced by Paul Eiding. I just wanted to point that out. That's the only reason I wanted to mention it.
Oh. Yeah, so I assume that, like, I guess in this case with all this, why are you choosing this path then?
Well, as I mentioned, the whole shtick with Orzammar is that you're forced to choose between either a guy who seems honorable, but isn't really going to do much for the city of Orzammar, except, like, do PR moves, or you can take the guy who backstabbed his way to the top. Oh, by the way, there's a Darkspawn.
Ooh, it's an emissary.
Yeah, looks like a mage. You know what that means. And they're weak to fires. So.
You got one of the funny numbers.
So yeah,
I see.
So yeah, you get the idea behind the conflict here in Orzammar.
Yeah, I do.
Like, first time I played, I sided with Haramont for sure. But then I saw, like, the end result when he gets elected.
That don't sound good.
Thank you, Alistair.
Just keeping our spirits up.
Ooh, what have we here? Just some like jewels. Oh, what would this be? Oh, that was the mage. So I hope you like this cave environment because the deep roads are full of them.
It's not going to be all we're just seeing, is it?
Let's see here. I don't think there are any mages. And I hope I hit the one that Wynn isn't aiming at. Hey, Liliana leveled up. I was waiting for that.
Finally.
Oh, the frozen Darkspawn actually, like, got a resistance check, so I didn't shatter him.
Dang.
Oh, look, more of them. That's a lot of archers.
Ooh.
Okay, let's see how you deal with this. Stone Fist! That's more like it.
It feels good to be able to do it ourselves.
So I believe this should be the level where finally Liliana can take a second specialization. So I'm going to get the Ranger specialization. Not a lot of people recommend this, but trust me on this. It's good for one reason. I will take, I guess Liliana can take more poison. And with the Ranger specialization, you can actually, like, summon animals.
Ooh, really?
So yeah, this is really awesome because it, like, actually gives you an additional, like... Basically, it bolsters your numbers. And that's way, way awesome. Takes a while, but... I don't know where the wolf comes from. But there he is. He's a good boy.
Glad we have him.
Mm-hmm.
What now?
So, like, just having an additional party member, quote-unquote, that's helpful.
Yeah. I mean, more numbers, always good.
Mm-hmm. Let's continue on our merry adventure. A bag of limbs?
What?
Yeah, you got me.
The dark spawn have sensed us.
Well, we kind of saw him coming.
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
Oh, look, a mage. This is almost like gonna ruin the combat because I just monoclash every mage from now on.
And now you have an error number.
What?
You had 404 damage.
Error, life points not found.
I wonder what other funny numbers we can get that are 4.
4444.
That'd be good, but that'd be considered unlucky in Japan.
Unlucky for us or our enemies?
Well, not probably for them.
Oh, a deep stalker. Just one? There's gotta be more.
There's always more.
Oh, there they are. They appear to be coming out like one at a time, though.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Will we be able to catch them?
Dude!
Nope, he was just barely outside of it. He was smart.
He's learning!
Morgan's gonna be so disappointed in me. Over this way.
That's a lot of them.
Oh, look, there's Lord Dace and his men. Fireball him.
Alright.
They can take it. They can take it.
Fair enough. God, that's quite a lot of enemies, though.
That's the last of them.
So how you guys enjoying the second-degree burns I gave you?
Careful. I don't think that's the last of them.
Oh.
Whoa!
They just kind of pop out of nowhere, but he's right.
There's a lot behind you, though.
I I mean, careful, you guys. I might have to fireball you again. You know what? Mercenary, go down the hole.
Man.
Oh, what the?
What was that?
Guess they must have some kind of smelly breath, that's for sure.
Enough to stun ya? No kidding.
Is that all of them? I'm gonna check just in case.
I could do that for you. What's next?
Oh good, more arrows. I could use them.
You pulled us from a tight spot, friend. You have my gratitude. I am Lord Anwar Dace. So what's a human doing out here anyway?
You should look at these papers.
I don't understand. What could...
Yep.
These are the terms of a deal we made with Lord Harriman, but... the charlatan. He's promised the exact same land to Helmy. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. I owe you twice now. My life and my house's fortune.
Perhaps you would return that favor?
Ah yes, a favor for a favor. My family is very influential with some of the surface merchants. If you attend any of their stores, you'll find them quite obliging to any friend of the Daces. I must return now. My men need healing and I want to look into this. You wish to travel with us?
Sure. Safety in numbers, right?
And let us reach Orzammar before more beasts find our scent.
I do hope we just got a discount with those dwarven merchants on the surface. Hee
I don't say why not. Sounds like a good deal.
Apparently, Liliana's most powerful opponent was that ogre from the Return to Ostagar.
I mean, didn't she, like...
Yeah, she did. That was that sick finishing move. Okay, we're back at their place.
The Lord Harriman is a weak man, and he will be a weak king. Yes.
Please prepare your speeches ahead of time, good sir.
Seriously, it sounds like you're running out of material.
You can only say the same thing so many times, I guess.
Lady Dace just came through the quarter on a tear. She's telling everyone who'll listen what a leech and a liar Harriman is. Good job. So you were serious about wanting to help us. Are you ready to meet Balin now?
I'm ready. Take me to him.
I warned you, be on your best behavior. And keep your weapons sheathed.
Alistair,
Okay.
that means keep your pants on.
What?
I'm joking, don't worry. I should be saying that to Liliana. But she's kind of only got the sheath and not the... What am I trying to do again?
Not many outsiders so quickly grasp Orzammar's rather convoluted politics. I am Prince...
Yeah, I hate it.
Fartag told me of your efforts against the usurper who tried to claim my father's throne.
But aren't Dwarven kings elected?
Traditionally, the king decides his successor. The assembly just says aye or nay. Kings have only ever selected someone outside their families if they were childless, or if their children lacked the capacity to rule, or, as now, when someone tries using the assembly to pull a coup.
Well, I hear, which option do I pick here? Why would Harriman think you couldn't rule?
Harriman spent his life in the assembly. He only knows how to lead through compromise and capitulation. That's not what Orzammar needs. The Darkspawn are massing for a blight. The land's topside have been torn apart. We need a strong leader now, someone who can stand up to the assembly. Someone who will rule, not persuade.
And you're that man?
Do you expect modesty? That is no valuable trait for a king. This is a time for action, not cultured debate. We need absolute unity to fight against the fulcrum of true evil.
Then you'll honor your agreement with the Wardens.
Absolutely. And sworn on the mail of my ancestors as soon as Orzammar is united under my rule. Unfortunately, while this debate rages, I have no power to send the troops you need. You've seen for yourself, the city is a slaughterhouse. Criminals run lawless. I could never hold the throne if I allowed such chaos.
Maybe I could do something about that. I'm going to have to anyway.
Are behind this bedlam. If you can eliminate them, I promise as king, I will send as many troops as you need to fight the Darkspawn. Unfortunately, I have little information on Jarvia. Her base of power is in Dust Town, the lowest part of the city, and my men have few sources there. Maybe the castless will talk more freely with a stranger.
I'll go look for her right now.
And I will wait eagerly for your return.
The second task, oh boy.
Yeah.
Time to bring down a criminal organization. I guess that's a new one for this game, huh? Haven't exactly gotten that far in the list of accomplishments befitting a hero.
Oh yeah. For many, it'll just be another Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
We've had many Tuesdays, but this is our first Thursday.
They really do have chess in this world.
Ooh.
You know what? They actually do have chess in this world. And in fact, in Party Banter, in one of the later games, two of the party members start playing like chess with each other in their heads, you know, keeping the moves in their minds. and they turn out to be playing a famous chess game from the real world, the Immortal game.
Really now?
Mm-hmm. Famed for the number of sacrifices that the players make over the course of it.
I see. See, what was kind of coming to my mind was the fact is, of course, we discovered chess in a place riddled with politics.
Yeah, that's a good point, too. So we're going to be heading to what's effectively the Dwarven Slum, and another possible player origin. You could be a dwarf noble, or you could be a dwarf commoner.
And we start in the slums?
Yeah, Orzammar is not kind to commoners. They just get treated so poorly.
Yikes.